Hi guys, welcome to this session on Microsoft Word. In this module we're going to look at calculations in Word. First of all, calculations within a table. So here we go, insert table, just create a small table, that should do. So if I have some figures there and I want to add those figures up, I go to layout, and then at the very end on the right you have formula, and the default option is sum above, and then you have some number formats that you can select. So I'll select this number format, click OK, and then that adds them up. However, this is not Excel, so if I change a figure, this does not automatically update. So to get that to update, you need to update fields. You can do that with the F9 function key, which I just did there. So if I just delete some figures, highlight the total at the bottom, press the F9 function key, and then it should update. Like so. Now that's a straightforward sum, so if I add some more figures in this column, come down, so I can do sum above there again, number format. Okay. Now on this one, let's say that I want to add these two together or take one from the other. So if I make that slightly bigger, it works like this. You go to formula, but obviously I don't want to sum left. So what I need to do is go equals and then reference these cells. So these cells work in a similar way to Excel in that this is column A, column B, column C, row 1, row 2, row 3. So this sum would need to say A1 minus B1. Change the format, click OK, and then you get the answer. Now in this one, I would like to show you how to do one of the functions that's preloaded in Excel. So again, I get rid of sum above, and I'm going to paste one of the functions that you have preloaded. This is a list of functions. Some of these are familiar to people that use Excel, but this one in particular. So now an if statement works in the same way as it does in all other programs. You have a test, a condition, then a comma, what to do if that test or condition is true, then a comma, what to do if that test or condition is false. So in this one, I'm going to say if A1 is greater than 100, comma, 1, comma, 0. So I would like it to say a 1 or a 0. So in fact I'm doing it on the second line, so it should be A2, not A1. A2, leave the number format, click OK. So that is greater than 100, so it's returning 1. If I change that and then highlight the formula again, do the F9 key, now it's saying 0 because it is not greater than 100. Highlight it again, do the F9 key, showing 1. Next one down, let's have a look at a different function. Get rid of sum above, delete, paste the average function. So average, so this example is going to be A3 and B3. So A3 colon B3, what's the average? Click OK. Now if I make that easier to identify the correct result with 150, select F9, 75 is the average of those two. So these are the functions that you can use in a word table. Now the fact that you need to update fields with the F9 key, you can also set update fields on print. It tends to put a lot of people off, but this is a great tool for using when you use Word for quotes or purchase orders or invoices. You can open a template. They've got the formulas already in. They would come in probably like this. If I just delete some of these figures, you wouldn't have any data in these figures. So when you open the template, everything would be blank. If I just select the table, the whole table, and do F9, not going to let me do that. I'm going to have to select it individually. F9. It should let me do that. I don't know why it's not doing that. Now it's let me do it. Probably just didn't like the whole table. F9. So you would open it like so, fill it in with some figures, and then F9 the formula for it to pick it up. Type some figures, F9, and same with these. Just F9 them. So it would be picking up these, whatever the figures are in there. This one's decided not to work for some reason. Don't know what's happening there. Check this one. F9. So these two, for some reason, are not working. So let's have a quick look. So if A2 is greater than 100, okay, it is working. It's just not changing to 1. That's okay. If I change that to 440, so it would change to 1. Highlight that. F9, that changes. This one doesn't seem to be working, so try F9 again. Go and have a look. A1, oh, it is working. 0, 34, 34. There's a classic mistake, so change that. F9 the formula. Selecting the wrong thing, select that bit. F9. And it does work. So that's how you can set things up using a table. But you can also set things up using bookmarks and fields. So let me just type a title, income, and then I'll just put 200, and then if I highlight the 200 and go up to the insert menu and select bookmark and type income, add, and then if I make a space there, I can insert a field. So insert quick parts and then field, where you can use a formula option, and you've got paste bookmark. So I'll say there's my bookmark, just a simple times 1.1, click OK, and there you go. So in a report format, you could have narrative coming along. If I just do some, if I've got any auto text on there, no I haven't. If you just type some text in there, and then you can populate the text with fields, and then the fields will update when you press F9. So if I change this to 250, do the F9 key, that would automatically update. So that's an example of formulas in tables, and then using formulas in the field option. So I'll just do that field option again. Just type expense and put down 350. So first off, you need to bookmark, insert bookmark, call it expense, add, and then you can then do a formula by going insert field, formula, paste the bookmark, this time expense, and then In fact, let's do this one. Let's try this one. Minus income. Okay. There's income 250, expense 350. There's the formula working that out. So if I increase this to say 450, and then F9 that again, it's minus 100. So if I change that to 250, F9 that, 100. Okay, so I've got that the wrong way around in terms of finance. Anybody that's a financial wizard will pick that up straight away, but it doesn't matter. The process is what we're after here. You create the bookmark, then you create the formula looking at the bookmark, and then you can do formulas on multiple bookmarks using that formula option in the field selection formula option, which is the same box that comes up when you do calculations within tables. So that's the end of this session. I hope you enjoyed that, and hoping it opened your eyes a little bit to some of the things that you can do in Word. I'll see you on the next one, and thank you for your time.